Hello, my name is London Rose. I'm an application engineer with Dynapar. Today we're going to go over how to configure your HS35iQ encoder. There are two versions of the HS35iQ. There's a programmable version, and then there's a standard non-programmable version of the encoder. The programmable version of the encoder allows you to change the PPR of the encoder as well as the phasing. You can also set the amplitude of your ABZ output. You can change the position, the gating, and the polarity of your Z index. And finally, you can change the amplitude of your fault output. The programmable capabilities of the HS35iQ encoder with PulseIQ technology allows the flexibility of stocking a single encoder for a variety of applications. This will help to reduce downtime and keep inventory low. If you have not completed the initial installation and setup of your HS35iQ encoder, please visit Dynapar.com, where you can find other videos and resources including an installation manual and a software manual. Once you have the software loaded and your encoder connected, navigate to the device configuration screen to access the Configure Device button. Ensure the encoder is not in rotation. If the encoder is rotating, the Configure Device button will be grayed out. Then left-click on the value you want to change and change it. The notification box at the bottom of the tool will display current device status as well as any changes that have been made to the device. The PPR can be changed to any value between 1 and 20,000 simply by typing the value into the box. Phasing can be set to have either A leading B or B leading A. This will affect which direction your controller sees the encoder rotating. There are three ways to manipulate the index pulse of the encoder. Z polarity can be toggled from standard high or standard low. The width of the Z index pulse of the encoder can be set to 90, 180, or 360 electrical degrees. This is a useful feature when you have a device that cannot detect a fast pulse. You can also move where the Z index will appear in relationship to your A or B signals. The Z index can be set to trigger with A, A0, B, or B0. You can also set the index to the current mechanical position on your shaft by going down to the Set Home Position button. One of the most powerful features of the device is the ability to change the amplitude of your encoder. The output can be set to an HTL type of encoder where your output voltage will be the same as your input voltage, or it can be set to TTL where your output voltage is set to 5 volts independent of what your input voltage is. Lastly, the fault output can be figured as HTL or TTL. Most PLCs expect an input of 24 volts. If you are powering your encoder with 24 volts, then setting this value to HTL will allow the encoder to output a fault to your PLC. A 5 volt TTL option is available to send an output to other devices. If you make a mistake, you can always revert to the default settings, which are denoted by the default tag within each settings drop-down menu. When you finish configuring your encoder, click the Send to Device button to upload a new configuration. We have a separate video going over saving and loading the configurations you just set on the HS35iQ. We also have a video going over the fault monitoring tab in more detail. For more information on the HS35iQ, visit Dynapar.com.